The simple art of becoming a great artist can be done following this rule. I have been following the 50% rule for more than 30 days, and I've taken my skills and love for art to a whole new level. 99% of people are not balancing this rule correctly, myself included, and it's likely the reason why you end up frustrated with yourself and even give up on art. But this two-step rule can change that right now and allow you to never deal with frustration and negative self-talk while improving your art significantly. And thanks to this rule, I got out of my creative block and was able to start painting every day without any resistance or fear of failing. Everyone's process to start learning art looks something like this. You find yourself doodling because you enjoy it for a while, and then decide that you want to learn to paint or draw better. And so you dedicate every waking moment of your quote-unquote art journey to learn and forget one of the most important things, your love and enjoyment of just creating art. And that is just a tragedy. It happened to me too. But the 50% rule balances these two sides of the art learning journey. The side that we spend most of our time being learning our craft and getting better, and the other smaller and also forgotten path of enjoying whatever it is that you love doing, whether that's painting or drawing, sculpturing, whatever it is. But how do we balance these two sides? Well, as the rule implies, you spend 50% of your time learning and 50% of your time creating for the sake of creating. But this is easier said than done. In fact, the easiest part of these two sides is the learning side, because we already know all the things that we don't know, and therefore we think, okay, I have to spend all my time trying to work on all my weaknesses at all times. But this, in fact, is the worst thing that you can do. And I am guilty of doing this, and I regret it completely because it led me to stop painting for a whole year. So if I would have known this rule sooner, I wouldn't have lost a whole year of learning and painting. I can only imagine how far I would have come if I wouldn't have stopped then. But even if I knew about this rule, there's a chance that I would still given up if I didn't learn to apply the second 50%, how to enjoy my art making. Having both perfectionism and a constant improvement attitude made it very hard for me to love my artwork. However, I did find a way to slowly but surely start regaining the balance that I was seeking. It was through the simple action of putting a brush stroke on a white piece of paper every single day. And no, I'm not about to become an abstract painter by doing so. What this really created was an excuse for me to sit down and paint. And 95% of the time that I just put a brush stroke down, I ended up pulling out my phone and looking for reference and actually painting something. And most importantly, those things that I was looking at were things that I had an idea of, oh, how am I supposed to paint this? I was just curious in knowing if I had the ability to do so, but not wanting to learn how to paint them. Just I wanted to enjoy discovering my own abilities. And through that process of discovery, I found out that I just enjoyed creating an image into a 2D space with my hands. And this led me to paint a lot more than when I was learning. And that's when the magic happened. Because I've read so much about the topic of painting and drawing and all these things, and because I've been also painting so much without focusing on these things, I actually started noticing myself implementing those things that I read a long time ago without even thinking. It's like my brain just consolidated all the knowledge that I've had and slowly ingrained it into my motor skills. At least that's what it felt like to me. And one of those times happened live on this video.